Howdy, this is Crafty Grinding back again with an arena cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I'm going to do a preview of the upcoming Nebula and Morningstar arenas. So, like always, the first thing I like to do is kind of categorize how I think these arenas will compare to past arenas, as that allows me to really kick into the trend analysis. And when it comes to the feature arenas, really, since the 5-star feature arenas come around, we've for the most part have had a kind of division between new champs and old champs. However, the last couple arenas have really had some crazy results for new champs, and we're going to have to wait a couple weeks to kind of see how that plays out. But until we can see some definite changes in how the arena cutoffs work, I'm going to still assume we have a group of cutoffs for old feature champs and then new feature champs. So with Nebula, for sure, she's an old champ. But then when we look at Morningstar for the 4-star feature, there's high, medium, low now. And really it's just kind of like a high-low. And as you can see here, I categorize her as a high champ. Our high interest 4-star basic champ. So now that I've categorized these, let's take a look at some past results. Starting first with the 4-star, it says mid, but these are really high. These were previously kind of mid before the 5-star feature arena came around, but these are really now the high interest group, and you can see with Hela it's 3.5, and on the very low end, and this is probably over time, I'll probably group these with the low interest, but then you have Kingpin at 2.34, then most recently you had Medusa at 3.83 and Mephisto at 3.3. I think really the high kind of numbers are really that 3.3 of Mephisto all the way through 3.83 of Medusa, with Hela of course showing up in the middle. And I really think this time around this is kind of the area in which Morningstar will land. So let's jump over now to some recent feature 4-star and 5-star results for old champs. So here you can see with Storm, she came in at 5.3, Gambit 5.6, you got Luke Cage at 5.1, and you got Hyperion at 7.1. Until Hyperion, we had a pretty even kind of number for the 4-star feature old champs. But then Hyperion, because he still has a ton of value in the game, really spiked that number up. And I really think his number is an exception. I don't think all of a sudden we're going to be at 7.1 for champs, unless they're really good champs like a Hyperion. In this case, Nebula is good. She has some utility, but I think she's going to fall back into that Luke Cage Gambit zone. And then we look at the 5-star feature. Now I totally threw out the Hyperion number just because that he really had a cutoff very similar to what new champs did until the recent ones, and I'll kind of talk about that here in a couple minutes. But you can see here until the last couple arenas again, we had this kind of steady increase of the old champs. 20 million again for Storm, starting with 20 for Jane Foster, then it went to 23 for Gambit, and then ultimately 27 with Luke Cage. Now this is all before kind of the recent big drop in numbers that we've seen even for new champs like Proxima and Corvus Glaive. So I think with these recent results, how will that impact the old champ type of arenas? We don't know yet because we just haven't had this occur, and the reason behind that isn't exactly clear why we saw those arena drops, but some say because the arena mods, there was a number of accounts that were using some arena mods to really spike up their scores, and they have been banned, or people are fearful to use it because of the ban alert, whatever the case may be. Regardless, it looks like we've now have kind of a significant change in the 5-star feature arena, so it'll be interesting to see if that has an impact with old champs too, because these numbers aren't ridiculous, because we were actually, I mean, they're still quite high for these old champs, but we were getting to this number even before the 5-star feature arena came around with just 4-star champs. So this may be doable even though we've seen the drops. However, I'm not exactly sure that because of the significant drops for even new champs, good champs like Proxima and Corvus. So anyway, with that in mind for the 5-star feature arena, and you saw what we recently had for cutoffs for the 4-star basic arenas, what are your thoughts? I really would love to get your thoughts first on the Nebula 5-star. Well, I should say, let's start off first with Morningstar. The Morningstar 4-star basic cutoff. Do you think she's going to be more like a Kingpin, the 2 to 2.5, somewhere in between the 2.5 to 3, or she's going to get into that same kind of high level category that we've seen with Hela, Medusa, and most recently Mephisto, and that would be 3 to 3.5 or 3.5 to 4. And then with Nebula, what do you think her cutoffs? Is it going to be something like totally you know, brand new, unexpected, like 10 to 15 million, much lower than what we've seen for old champs here recently? Will it start getting closer, 15 to 20, or will it be kind of landing in the zone of what we've seen most recently with 20 to 25 and 25 to 30? What are your thoughts? Would love to hear about it. I've set up some polls on the community section of my YouTube channel, so go check that out. If you can go to my main YouTube channel page, you'll see community at the top, kind of in the middle. Click community. It'll take you over to the polls. Would love to hear your thoughts. Go ahead and make a vote there. And if you do vote, would even appreciate if you can go into the comment section for each of those polls and put a little context on why you voted the way you do. Your input is very important in my whole prediction process, especially for the first round, as I'm still kind of, you know, getting a sense of how these arenas might actually play out. And since we, the community of this game, actually drive where these numbers go, your input is a very important part of the process. So please don't head on over to the community section again and cast your vote. If you can't find it or just prefer to throw it in the comments section of this video, would love to hear that as well. Just throw it on down there. Or if you have any other thoughts you want to throw in regarding this arena, or maybe even these crazy 5-star arena cutoffs we've seen recently, just throw it on down here in the comment section and be happy to talk with you there. So thanks a lot for stopping by. If you like this video, would really appreciate you clicking that thumbs up button. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel, would really appreciate if you subscribe. Thanks a lot and have a great day.